All right, mic check. I think we're good now. Um, I think we're good now. We're good now. So, welcome back to 50. Welcome back to 50 apps, 50 days. Okay. And today is day 4 of the challenge. And today we are going to be building drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Um, we're going to be building a productivity app. And before you log off, okay, please give me a second. Before you log off, please give me a second. It's all going to make sense in a second or in a minute, okay? I know there's a lot of productivity apps out there. Someone is probably like, oh man, another one. Um, but it's all going to make sense, okay? Um, I did a ton of research on this, and yeah, so we are going to be building that today, and I'll explain exactly what we are going to be building. But I have a bit of an announcement. Two episodes ago, I I I built, or the first episode I ever built was Vonal. If you are an OG here, then you definitely remember this application. Okay, so it's called the Vonal app, and it basically you rumble once and you can post it everywhere. And I'm putting that in the App Store, and I just put together a marketing page. This is the marketing page. You can go to this website right now and join the wait list. Okay, if you want to keep being updated on this. Okay, I'm just waiting for Apple to approve it. And I built this with Google AI, man. It looks fantastic. I'm shocked. I'm blown away. Okay, this looks fantastic. It doesn't even look like it was made with AI. And I like how unique this is. 2 episodes ago, I made a thumbnail app. Okay, thumbnail maker, thumbnail generator. And look at what it did, guys. It doesn't look good. I tweaked a few things offline, and this is the reference image I gave, and this is what it did. I think it just didn't know what to do with the face, so it exaggerated things. This is the closest, okay, but I don't like what it did to the face. So I'm still working on this, and once I get it to a point I'll put it out there online. Probably not free because these AI generations cost money. So I'll probably put it out there and maybe cheaper than the competition. Okay. So those are the two out of the way. So today, what are we building? We are building Drumroll, a productivity application. Okay. And I was doing a bit of research on this. Okay. I built this app before and I abandoned it, somewhere, somewhere. And the reason was that after I was building in public, I go to Instagram, and Instagram knows everything about you. So, they are going to just advertise. They're just going to advertise to you. Okay. So I see a bunch of productivity apps out there, and I'm like, oh man, this space is saturated. How do I get in? How do I uh, take market share here? Because it seems like there's a ton of where I turn on Instagram, I was bombarded with productivity apps, and I wasn't sure but I know my app is unique. My app is unique, and you're gonna see that in a second. So I'm gonna show you this in a second. So they're engineering the next generation of productivity app. This is a 12 billion industry, by the way, and it's saturated with containers, things like Todoist, okay, Notion. I've used all of these before, and they all do exact same thing. After a while, you get overwhelmed. I've even used Google Calendar, and after a while, it's like, oh man, this is overwhelming. It's like you're doing more work. Like this diagram describes it here. It's like you are more of a project manager. Okay, you are a cozy project manager than it helping you. It helping you. Okay, so like I was saying, these are containers, and the industry is saturated with containers. Okay, so most apps function as a passive database for cognitive labor, already performed rather than active processes. Okay, um, you have undefined task trigger, the brain threat response. Okay, leading to avoidance, shame, and high user churn. Um, so I have experienced this before, so I know a lot of people are experiencing this, and I don't know why people are even still using these productivity apps in the first place because they become, they become exhausting. And this research shows Gen 3, Gen 4, and Gen 5 of productivity. Okay. Um, uh, Okay, so over here we have, what do you call it, Gen 3? Okay, it's the era of collaboration and work. Okay, great for my boss, terrible for my anxiety. Okay, and then we have the Generation 4, AI optimization and time blocking. Okay, it's efficient, but I still feel behind. You still feel behind. And then we have the Generation 5, 2025 and beyond, which is a cognition and goal decomposition. The app understands my energy and helps me start. Okay. So, how do we stand out in a crowded space here? The way we stand out is I also see a lot of neuro divergent, ADHD type of application that they target to these type of people, and I see those in the I see those advertised a lot, and these are advertised as tunnel vision mode that prevent paralysis by displaying only one atomic step at a time. So these are emerging productivity apps, okay, that you can probably watch this video, learn from it, and take advantage of what is going on out there in the market. And today we're going to build exactly that. Like I said, I built exactly this type of application before. And basically what I did was the application takes your big goal and dissects it into smaller tasks that you can do daily that is not overwhelming. Okay. So if you have a goal of building it, buying a house, you can just put in the app, and it's going to break it down to what you need to do every day in order to hit that goal. Okay. Um, okay. So that is exactly what we're going to be building today. And this, I'll show you the research. This is the research right here. Entering a crowded productivity app, and this has a ton of information. I don't want to bombard you, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the contents, and I'm going to open up Anti-Gravity, which is our code editor of choice, by the way. Okay, for me, it's just better than all the competitors out there because it gives you access to Google Gemini that is just better at the UI, and I'd rather use that for my marketing pages because it's just better with animation, with just everything. It just integrates well with Veo 3, so it's able to do a lot more better animations. I've seen amazing stuff being done with, you know, uh, being done with, just Google Jet. Oh, no, 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 no. Just being done with Google Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to fire this up really quickly and create a new folder so we can begin. And we are going to turn our research into an app. And basically, the research looks into the landscape of productivity apps out there, you know, um, and basically what we can do to, to stand out in the market. So I'm going to call this daily, okay? Daily app, which is what I call the other one, but that's okay. I'm going to call this the daily app and open this quickly and then just open the terminal. And, if you've been following this, we're going to go to Claude Code, and, Claude Code is just better. Uh, Claude Code is just better when it comes to a lot of things. So I'm just going to fire this up really quickly. Okay. And then proceed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up um, a new file and call it research.txt. Okay, and inside here I'm just gonna paste. Oh, that's long. I'm just gonna paste. I don't like how. So I'm just gonna go back. Copy contents. Okay, go back here. And I think it's because I named it that txt. I'm gonna name it that md really quickly. Okay, and it formats it properly. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell Cloud Code, can you look into the research.md file? Okay, this is a research that looks into the landscapes of productivity apps out there. And I want you to study it and come up with the angle it's suggestion. And I want you to come out with a plan so we can implement it. Oh, what's going on? I think we're frozen. Oh, hello? 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 Okay, so this is not working. Is Whisper working? Whisper Flow is what I use, by the way. And it looks like it's gone to sleep. Yeah, it looks like Whisper Flow is gone to sleep. Can you? Okay, it's back. All right. In this folder, I have a file called research.md. Can you look into it, study it? It's a research on productivity, the landscape of productivity apps out there, and it comes out with an angle. I want you to study it, come out with an implementation plan that we can use to implement this application. All right, all right. And then just hit enter, and we're just gonna wait. Okay, we're just gonna wait for just gonna wait for it to. If you are joining the stream, we are doing the 50 days, 50 apps challenge. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section and I would address each one of them. Today we are building a productivity application. And before you log off, this is kind of different. It's unique. I promise you. Like I was showing you, like I was showing you in this diagram right here. Um, This is the landscape of productivity apps right now. They are more of a cozy project manager. Okay, you are basically managing tasks, and you're given overdue badges with non punitive gardening metaphors and energy based scheduling to reduce work anxiety. It's just, but I've seen a lot of neurodiverge and ADHD type of applications out there that are basically targeting a certain type of people that are overwhelmed by to do tasks. And even Google's research uh, confirmed that this is an emerging market in 2025. Okay, so we want to enter that market as well. So Claude is down with his plan, and let's just read through that carefully. And it says the document identifies key insights in the productivity market is saturated with task containers. Okay, that is true. The core problem: users face task paralysis. They have big goals but can't start because the tasks are too vague, large to act on. App Spanish with overdue badges. Okay, no support for executive functions. Yeah, that's true. um, Three strategic vectors identified. Okay, that is true. This is the MVP plan, by the way. The decomposition engine. Okay, front end React Native. Okay, back end Node.js Express, database Postgres, SQLite offline, AI Open AI, ChatGPT 4 Mini for cost effective. Okay, Calendar, Google Calendar API, Apple Calendar API. This is interesting. Okay. Core features, chat-based input, user DAM stores, not structured list, AI composition dialogue. A marathon is a big goal. One is a um, single task tunnel vision. Show only the next step, not 50 subtasks. Okay. Timeline visualization goal as paths, not lists. Okay. Two-way calendar sync. Inject focus blocks into existing calendars. Okay. 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 MVP Man, I can get my words out. And MVP deliverables, user authentication. Yes. Um, okay. Okay. This looks good to me. I'm only going to change a little thing. Okay. Only going to change a little thing. Instead of using Postgres SQL database, let's use Convex to make our lives much easier. I'm just gonna enter. You're watching me build this app live, by the way. I've been wanting to build this idea for a long time, and went out there and it was bombarded by a lot of ads on Instagram, and that is one thing to do when you're trying to build an application and you're trying to build in public, is to go out there and see what is already out there in the market, so you can learn from what is going on. And if you need to pivot, you can always pivot. Okay. Good call. Convex simplifies a lot. Real-time sync, serverless functions. Yep, yep, yep. So backend Convex. Yep. Front and React Native off. Convex off with Click integration. Yes. OpenAI. That is good. Google Calendar, animations, Lodi. That is good to me. Okay. What do they do here? This is the schema for Convex. Okay. So I'm just gonna press the tab key and enter. Let it do its thing. Now we are just gonna wait. By the way, if you want to learn how to put your app in the App Store, let me know. I put this application in the App Store. It's currently waiting. Um, Currently waiting to be reviewed, and it's simple steps to do that. Okay. Okay. First of all, you need an Apple developer account, which is $99 per year. Um, and that allows you to be able to submit your application for review, and it has to be approved before before the next steps. And the next step is um, you also want to go to the site that is called um, you also want to go to the site. Okay. The app launchpad. Okay. And once you're here, get a bunch of templates. Okay. Get a bunch of templates. And basically, you can replace the marketing materials here um, with your own. And this allows you to upload these into the Apple developer. Uh, you know, this allows you to upload these into the Apple developer. You know, into your Apple developer account for that particular application. And basically, these become your marketing materials. Without these, Apple will not approve your application. So this is a great way to, like, instead of, oh man, how do I come out with these screens I see on app stores, that have these amazing screens. Okay. You can basically, you know, do them right here. And, you know, like I'll show you an example. Um, this is for this application that I'm building, okay, called Vlog Post. It was the first episode, Volna, okay, that I built. And I'm launching it into the App Store. And this is the marketing material, or the screens that I came up with, okay, that are going into. And this is missing the right screen, by the way, that are going into the App Store. So let's see the progress here. Um, So it says, okay, it needs to create documents, and we're just gonna say yes, and it's just gonna create an apps folder source. Okay, that's looking good so far. And it's not just it's not just Apple. What do you call it? It's not just iPhone. You can also do iPad as well. Like, for instance, this one is iPad screens, and you want to also do iPad screens as well, and not just. I'll be updating these in a bit, because these screenshots are a bit outdated. So it allows you to upload your own screenshots that you can basically use right here. Um, so it's working. We're just gonna let it do its thing, and we're just gonna be patient for it to. Um, and let's just spy on what Cloud Code is doing. So we are using Cloud Code, by the way, and for me, Cloud Code is just, if you're new here, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Okay. So we are using Cloud Code to build this, using anti-gravity as our IDE. Okay. And basically, Cloud Code is just better at navigating complex applications. Okay. And this application that we are building, which is a productivity app, by the way, is a complex application. Like you can see the plan here. Um, I should have asked it to create an implementation plan. You can see the MVP plan here. Okay. It's going to use React Native. Okay. Um, we changed the backend, but we changed the database, but it's also going to use ChatGPT 4 or Mini. And these are some of the features. Chat-based input. Okay, so a user will be able to chat. Okay, so they'll be able to open the application and basically say what their goals are. What am I looking to accomplish? What are you looking to accomplish this year? And then you can just say what you were looking to accomplish. I want to buy a house this year. Okay, I want to run a marathon. Okay, I want to, you know, anything you want to achieve, you can basically talk to it. Okay. And instead of, going and manually creating to do, today I want to go to the grocery store, which is what most to do applications do. They're like, today I want to go to the grocery store. I want to buy a house. I want to, you manually have to enter all of these and you have to follow a rigid calendar. Like most people cannot, that's overwhelming, right? What we are trying to build is you open up this application and then you talk to it. Oh, I want to buy a house in 5 months. I want to run a marathon in 6 months. You know, big goals like that. You just talk straight to the application. And what does it do? It takes your goals, it takes your damned thoughts. Okay. They don't have to be structured at all. And then like it says here, marathon is a big goal. Okay. And then it breaks it into tunnel vision, single task, okay, that you can follow step by step, okay, step by step every day. It doesn't punish you if you do not, um, if you do not complete a task. It just kicks it down the road, okay, and then it just breaks your goal down into smaller tasks that you can check off. All right. And why are we building this? I did a bit of research, okay, because this is something I've always wanted to build. And the landscape out there when it comes to productivity, as the top dogs out there are Todoist. Okay. Let me just check on Cloud Code real quick. The top dogs out there are Todoist, okay, Notion, and I've used all these applications before, and they are overwhelming, and they are basically like this research says, they are containers that basically is a database. You know, it's a database of to do tasks. That you just enter what you want to do, and you're basically a project manager at this point. And some people, this is great for them, but a lot of people, it's not. You know, a lot of people, it's not. This can become overwhelming, me included. I used to do this before, and I abandoned it a week after because I was like, yeah, this is not it. Okay, so so this is something that has been at the back of my head. I'm like, okay, what if I can just bring down what I'm really trying to do and let AI act like some sort of an assistant to help me guide, walk me through this goal. Okay, maybe break it down, help me brainstorm. How can I take it one step at a time? Okay, to get to the goal. Okay, so instead of like looking at a big goal and be overwhelmed, you know, you just, you just get smaller baby step tasks that you can take day by day to complete. And that is the goal, basically the goal of this application. Okay, we're building this with React Native. So it is going to be a mobile app. It's going to live on your phone. And I feel like web applications are dying now. Mobile apps is where is that if you want to like make some serious call in the market, you want to build mobile applications. So we're going to be building a mobile application. Once I'm satisfied with this and I test it, if you want to test this, by the way, you can reach out and I'll send you a test flight. What do you call it? A uh, test flight link, and you can basically get approved with your email to test it too. So it looks like we have made some progress. Let's see what Cloud Code did here. The project is scaffolded. Here's what we have created. Okay. The name of the app, by the way, is called Daily. And these are the files that it has created. So index garden wins, okay, profile, decompose, and this is going to be the decompose engine that takes your brain dump into and breaks it down into smaller chunks. Okay, key features, tunnel vision, single task, okay, energy check-in, okay, goal as plans, okay. So goals are as plans, win journal, AI decomposition. Okay. Okay. Now punitive design. Stack button. Okay. All right. So this will be the next steps to do. Install dependencies, CD. Okay. Apps mobile, npm install. So let's copy this. Fire up a new terminal. Okay. And it's just going to install all dependencies in the front end. So we have apps, okay, and inside of apps, what do we have? Inside of apps slash mobile, okay, so apps slash mobile, which has all these files, okay. And then we have convex, we have docs. What is in the docs? Research.md, okay, kept it there. And then we have packages, we have AI prompts, we have UI teams. Okay, so it's looking good. So it's installing dependencies. The next step is to set up Convex. So npx Convex. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay. I'm just going to copy this. This will create your Convex development and generate a dash generate folder. Um, and then the next step we will have to do is to configure a .env file and then add OpenAI API key. I wonder why it's not asking us to add this in Convex. Okay, run the app. Okay, is there any reason we are not adding the OpenAI API key in Convex instead? Okay, so I'm just going to fire up a new uh, terminal and then just run npx convex, create a new project. Yes, project name daily. And this is how easy it is to use Convex as your database. Okay. Once you ask AI to set up your database in Convex, all you have to do is to run npx convex dev, and then it walks you through the entire process. Okay, project name, you want to call it daily app. Cool. Do you want to use cloud deployment? And now it seems like they have local deployments as well. So you can basically set up your database locally and test it. But right now we're gonna do cloud deployment, okay? And it's just going to do its thing, and we don't have to do a thing once it's done. It looks like we have a ton of errors actually. So it looks like there's build errors. I'm just gonna copy this and go to Cloud Code error message internal server error. Ooh, it looks like we are having some issues. Uh, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna paste the error. Um, and ooh, what is going on? Um, there is something going on, guys. There's something going on, guys. Internal server error. Message internal server. So it looks like cloud code might be down. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Back if you are alive. Yeah, it looks like cloud code might be down, guys. Um, okay. Yeah, it looks like cloud code might be down. Um, I'm I'm gonna we're gonna have to continue this later. Uh, hmm. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? I can quit anti-gravity, reopen it back up. Okay. And it looks like our history is restored. Is it? Back if you can hear me. Okay. So uh let's see if Gemini is back if you can hear me. Okay. So okay. So we're gonna continue with Gemini. Okay. Um yeah, and thankfully thankfully the YouTube um okay, so I'm gonna it looks like clock code is down, guys. I have no idea what's going on. Clock code is down. They have an internal. So we're going to switch to Google Gemini using anti-gravity. And it's just going to fix the TypeScript errors, which was the issue when we ran uh, npx convex dev. Um, that was the issue. Yeah, right here. So we are going to fix that. Okay. And look at what Gemini Pro is doing. It creates the tasks. Okay. Okay. We did majority of the heavy lifting. So right now we just have to fix build issues and you know um, see if the app runs. And we're gonna test it on the phone. Um, gonna test it on the phone really quickly. And it might be a heavy storm incoming, by the way. So um, I had not long ago, I had a message from my internet provider that services with internet might be down. Hit the like button, by the way. If you're watching this, please hit the like button. Okay. Um, so okay, so let's run this command, and it's just gonna run the build, and okay, it's just gonna run the build to make sure everything has been corrected. Okay, so NPX. Okay. Yes. Accept. And if you are just joining, we are building a productivity app, by the way. We are building an app that will take any goal and break it down, decompose it. Like you can see the composition, it will decompose it into small step. Okay. And Gemini just created this walkthrough. Uh, okay. Okay. So I'm just going to go back here and run npx dev. Uh, choose an existing, and we're going to choose daily. Okay. And it's up and running. Um, and npm start to start a front end. Uh, npm run uh, npm install. Okay. Okay, so we have a readme file here. Let's which doesn't really contain much. Um, clock code out the instructions. So we have our backend running. Um, I'm just going to lazy route. I'm just asking Gemini to start a front end because I'm not exactly sure why the app isn't starting. We have apps, node modules. Yeah, we end up so okay, CD apps, ls, CD mobile. Okay, so we needed to be here. npm start. Okay, so this is where we needed to be. I can kill this. Okay, so we needed to be in the mobile directory. Okay, so I'm going to press I to open the iOS simulator, and then are going to see the application for the first time. But we need to set up OpenAI API key, by the way. Um, okay. Okay. So we need to set up OpenAI API key, by the way, before this works properly. But let's inspect. Okay, let's inspect what is going on. Uh, okay. All right. So it seems that it's an error. Just gonna reload the application. Um, okay.